Hi, it's Colin, Cogpod Therapist. I just wanted to say a few things about some of the patients that we're seeing at the moment in clinic. Mainly runners, but it could be people just walking, just trying to build up their activity levels again. And usually post-injury, and they're just really struggling to get going due to the fact that as soon as they start trying to get any level of activity again, the symptoms often that they had just keep coming back. And just breaking that cycle of getting some symptoms, resting up, trying again, getting some symptoms, resting up. And we just keep getting into this every sort of few weeks sometimes of just getting back into another breakdown phase. And we're seeing this quite a lot, and then people just sort of wondering how to get past this. And the secret to this is to understand that your body's using pain as a protection mechanism. So it's very unlikely, unless you're going to actually go out and do a huge amount of work, that you're actually causing yourself any more damage. What you're going to do is trigger off your body's heightened sensitivity to the previous injury. So the body's using pain to try and protect you from causing more damage. You remember, last time it was in this situation, then injury occurred. So it's using pain to put the brakes on to stop you doing. So often in this situation here, remember, pain isn't related to damage. The level of pain you're experiencing is not equivalent to any damage. In fact, there probably is no damage going on in the tissues at all. It just feels like it. So that's sort of the first thing to know. So it's not okay just to push through, because what the body's doing is using pain to protect you, and it learns from this. And if you just keep pushing through it, it will just keep getting better at doing it. And so the pain comes on a little bit earlier, it lasts a little bit longer, and from what you're feeling, the whole thing just feels a lot more intense. So it's about taking it to that point of pain, that discomfort, and then backing back off, and then going again. So walk, run type programs are really useful to do this. So we sort of just stress the body to a point where it's not particularly unhappy, and then let it settle down and go again. So we can do this on a walk. You don't have to be out for like 2 minutes and then back in and finish. But walking, nice and steady, but with good form, using the whole of your body. So making sure that your head's in a good position, your shoulders relaxed, your arm swings nice and relaxed. Just gently activating your core, doing some nice sort of deep breathing if you can, using diaphragm breathing. And just feeling that you're pushing the ground away behind you, so everything's sort of flowing quite nicely. Not going too fast, but you're going fast enough just to create a little bit of effort through your body. And then if it's a walk run, then just into a run. And it could be doing 50, 100 steps to start with. Isn't going to be enough. Start feeling any tension, any tightening through any of the muscles, and just back off, back into the run. Because we want to stop. That tightness is your body just anticipating something's going to happen. And if we keep just going through it, it's just going to keep getting tighter. So you've got to stop, walk, go back into the walk, let it settle down, and then go again. So it could be those first 3, 4 or 5 times actually you're going to get very, very little running before your body starts to relax off a little bit. But it sort of learns that, okay, that was fine, that wasn't as bad as I thought, nothing particularly bad happened, and it'll let you go a little bit further and a little bit further. And those first few runs, it's a very frustrating way of getting back into running. It's very, really slow and tedious to start with, but you'll get to the point where it will break down, and you'll get to the point where your body will let go. It'll allow you to have that little bit of time, that little bit more movement, and that's the absolutely key to this. It's just retraining your body to not be so helpful, just to desensitize that reaction of we've got some load going through the tissue, it goes into panic mode, tightens everything up, causes pain. And we've just got to switch that off a little bit. And the only way to do it is to gently push into that point and back off, push into that point and back off. And sometimes you can be out sort of 30, 40 minutes still doing this type of work, but you're not going to be running a huge amount of it, but the body's just learning to let go, giving you a little bit more space. And consistency is key. So you're better off doing a little bit regularly rather than trying to do too much in one go, because that too much in one go just sets off a lot of recovery time. You've got to then just back off, let everything settle back down. So if you're doing a small amount more often your overall, your weekly mileage, your distances are probably going to be increasing quite rapidly. But what you've got to do is just increase the number of short sort of training events. That's key. There's no point trying to do too much in any one go, because once you're into that holding pattern, once the body's generating that pain, you've got to then stop and really let it relax off. And this would be combined with sort of specific sort of mobility exercises. We can incorporate running drills into this as well. And just add a whole lot of variety into the training as well. The worst thing you could probably do is just get onto a treadmill where you're just repetitively loading the same structures in the same way. Getting off into the parks, into the woods, getting some variety into the walks and the runs, absolutely essential for that. Okay, well, that was helpful. So let me know how you get on. Okay, cheers, bye.